Alright, so yeah, this is just some video footage that I took of my car. It's been 1 day since I received it, and I've been very happy with the results here over at the Maaco that I went to and the package that I went with. They actually painted my grill. I didn't request that. They were nice enough to do that. And yeah, the only blemish that I saw was on the driver's side skirt right here. Looks like a little bit of paint trip, not a big deal. Something, I can always take in and have them fix. And here's a shot of the roof. They did a really nice job there. And here's the rear view. They actually requested to have that spoiler removed that I had there before, bonded over the holes, and they sanded it and blended it really nicely. And here's the side view on the passenger side, and just another view of the front. And let me show you guys just a little quick photo montage of some still shots of my car here in just a second. And look at that finish. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so this is just the 4 different packages you can get at Maaco. You can go with the basic, preferred, premium, and platinum. Pretty much what the basic package gives you is it's going to be a single stage enamel paint. So this is okay if you're going to be either selling your car or if you're on an extreme budget. Just keep in mind if you're going to be getting any kind of metallic paint, it's going to look really flat and it's not going to look metallic for long. It fades extremely quickly if you go with the basic package. And for the preferred package, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. It's going to go with a urethane paint instead of enamel, so it's going to be a little bit more durable, but it's going to be still a single stage paint. So pretty much what a single stage paint is it's going to be just a base coat mixed in with clear coat. So you're not going to get a separate clear coat sprayed on there. So you're not going to have as much, I guess, protection with the actual paint itself. It has a tendency to chip easier and fade more quickly. And of course, with the premium, which is what I went with my paint package at Maaco, is it's going to give you a base coat and a clear coat. And I believe there is a sealer that they use over the base coat before they clear it. And that gives you the 5-year warranty. That's pretty much what I was really looking for, a warranty that was pretty meaningful. Because with the basic and preferred, there isn't really much of a warranty to speak of. I think the basic gives you 6 months and preferred, I believe, a year. But I mean, that just tells you something. You get what you pay for, right? It's not going to last you any meaningful amount of time. And if you're going to keep the car for at least 5 years or longer, you might as well invest a little bit more money. And I thought, I was going over the different packages, and I think the premium gives you the most bang for the buck. Now, the platinum, I think it gives you a little bit more TLC. They're going to sand it, and they're going to buff it a little bit more so you have a nicer finish. And it says it includes light chip scratch repair and block sanding. I mean, I don't think they really are going to invest that much more time into it. I don't know. It gives you the same type of 5-year warranty. So, my car is not, a super nice car anyways. And if you have a super nice car, I don't think you'd bring it to a Maaco in the first place. Probably want to go to a more professional shop. So, that being said, I think the premium is probably the best bang for the buck. And that is the package that I went with. Just a few things though. When they're going over the package with you, they're gonna bring you in for the quote, and they're gonna say, "Oh, do you want to have that special detailing package for the bumper where we'll get rid of all your rock chips?" I remember him asking me that. I'm like, "Okay, well, so like, what do you mean? You guys are gonna sand it and primer it, right?" It's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna give you extra attention up front on the car so we can take care of the rock chips." And I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so you're gonna sand it and you're gonna prime it anyway. So what do you mean you're gonna give it extra attention? So I declined it. I get where he's coming from though. This is a business. This is kind of an add-on, an upsell where they can make a little bit more money. But I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, why would you get that package when they're gonna have to sand it and prime it anyway, and it's gonna cover up those rock chips? Not a big deal, right? So yeah, if you're ever going for that package, don't go for that. It's just an extra that they're trying to get you on. And yeah, let me go ahead and go over some of the warranty information here. I just went ahead and just scanned the actual warranty booklet they gave me, and they were nice enough to highlight the different warranty periods here. So if you guys want to take a look at that. So for example, yeah, everything's prorated as you can see. So I'll just go over mine here. So the base coat and the clear coat's highlighted in yellow. Gives you a total time of 5 years. And for the first 3 years, there is no charge for any kind of repair. And then on the 4th year, they'll charge you 25% of the charge to repair that panel. And then on the 4th year, you'll have to pay half of the charge. So this is a prorated warranty, which isn't too bad. It's not a big deal. After looking at the way they painted my car, I have pretty good confidence that this is probably going to last longer than 5 years. There might be, a blemish here and there, but like I said, there's some kind of warranty on it, so I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah, I mean, been pretty happy with the actual paint job. I think they did a really nice job. They painted it very decently. My particular package out the door was about $13.50 because my car's paint was in horrendous a condition. There's a lot of checking and cracking in the paint itself, so they didn't really have much to work with in terms of the actual paint, because they had to prep everything, they had to sand everything down, and the guy was nice enough to cut me a deal as well, because I think they charge normally like $90 per panel, I guess, but yeah, they gave me a nice little discount there, so they only charged me like, I think, $300, $250 for the actual surface preparation, and yeah, so I was pretty happy with that. And like I said, they actually worked on the spoiler as well. They went ahead and removed it, and then they actually put in some Bondo to cover up the holes, and they sanded it and blended it. And just looking at the actual edges too, right where the windowsills are, I noticed that they painted it on there pretty thick, where it would seal real nicely. Because keep in mind, when you go to a Maaco, they're not going to take off any kind of like panels or like trim, other than the basic things. They're pretty much just going to tape over everything and just paint it. And I think they did a good job. I think this is going to be a really good durable finish that should last for a reasonable amount of time. And there wasn't too much overspray. There was a little bit inside the wheel wells, not a big deal. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, people out there telling you, oh, you know what, Maaco, I can't believe you went to Maaco. They do terrible jobs out there. Because, a lot of people that do go to Maaco don't pay that kind of money, right? They usually get that $299 package, the single stage paint job. And like I said, I have actually gotten that paint job on my truck. And it faded in 6 months. So that's why people have that misconception. They're saying, oh, yeah, they're gonna give you a crappy paint job or Maaco, but like I said, there's 4 different packages to choose from, and if you go with if you spend a little bit more money, you're gonna get a better paint job. That's just a given, right? So I don't know. You take everything with a grain of salt. I was shopping around in the area too, and I was getting quotes from $2,000 to $5,000 for a paint job, and I wasn't willing to put down that kind of cash, on a car that's already pretty old to begin with. It runs great. It's just old. I don't want to throw any kind of like serious cash into an older vehicle. So I mean, it just looked really bad. So I just decided to go with Maaco, and I think they did a great job. And hopefully you guys, will find this video more informative. I didn't see too much to begin with online, so that's why I decided to make this video. I think a lot of people can benefit from it. But just keep in mind, just do your due diligence and research. Use Yelp or whatever, and kind of research on which Maacos have better reviews, because Maacos are pretty much franchised businesses, so your quality of work will be a little bit different. It might be lacking at others. Some might be more superior. The particular Maaco that I went with was a larger Maaco. I think they had 8 bays over there and 2 spray booths. It looked like they were fairly busy, and they had 4.5 stars on their Yelp reviews. So, I just, decided to go to this particular Maaco, and I've been very pleased with it. And yeah, for my own personal experience, like I said, I have gone with the cheaper package, the enamel package for $299, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the greatest paint package, but it protected my truck's finish, right? Not my truck's finish, but the actual metal around it, so it wouldn't rust out. That's why I actually went with that paint package. I wasn't looking for something that was going to last for a long time. And by all means, it doesn't even look that bad. It just looks really matte. It looks like a matte finish. It used to be metallic, but like I said, with the single stage paints, they fade really quickly. And yeah, you get what you pay for. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you found it very informative. And yeah, I hope to catch you guys in my next video. And stay tuned.